Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Richie Scott, and we are back with another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Hit that notification bell button because you don't want to miss a single drip drop of this news that we got coming for y'all every weekday. And as you guys know, we talk a lot about housewives, pop culture, and all that good stuff on this channel. We're gonna get into a lot today, so buckle on up. We're gonna be talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta today. We've got some Apollo news, some Porsha news, some Gail news. Yes, we got some news on Basketball Wives and some interesting things that are gonna be happening with that. We also gotta talk about Bethenny. She has a new beef and it is just brewing and bubbling over. And then we gotta talk about this latest scandal that involves a Real Housewife of Orange County. So you guys need to sit down, settle in, and let's get into this good stuff. Now, you guys know, we reported it, every other outlet reported it, that Apollo Nida ended up getting out of jail a year early, and he was released into the custody of a halfway house until the end of his sentence. I believe it was supposed to be August or October. Now, the reason why I say it was supposed to be because this man ended up violating the terms of that halfway house and now has to be taken back on into prison. Let's get into it. Us Weekly is reporting that Phaedra Parks' ex-husband, Apollo Nida, has been arrested for allegedly violating his parole days after his release from prison to a halfway house. The Blast reported on Thursday that the Real Housewives of Atlanta alum, who is 40, allegedly broke a technical requirement that was included in the list of rules on which his release was contingent. According to the website, Nida could remain incarcerated for the remainder of his original sentence, which was set to end on October 15th, 2019. A spokesperson for RRM Philadelphia confirmed to Radar Online on June 4th that Nida was moved to a Philadelphia halfway house where he was expected to stay until October 15th. The reality star pleaded guilty to commit mail, wire, and bank fraud in May 2014. He was sentenced to 96 months in prison. His sentence was reduced by 1 year in March. Here's the thing. This is just me. I'm thinking to myself, if you were let out of prison early, okay, into this halfway house, y'all know I wouldn't be doing nothing. I wouldn't even move. I wouldn't do nothing. I wouldn't do anything. Like, what do you need to do at this point? All you have to do, your one job was to stay on the good foot until October 15th. You had one job, Apollo. One! You couldn't even get that right. This is a message for Sherry Ann. You need to get this man together, okay? You need to get him all the way together, because now you gotta wonder if this man is gonna even be able to hold the terms of his probation once he gets out. You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna be able to meet those requirements? Because you can't even abide by the rules of the halfway house. This is my thought. You on the Underground Railroad to freedom in this halfway house. All you needed to do was stay on the good foot. And man, you couldn't even do that. Come on now. We were rooting for you. I'm just mad, man. It's already enough black men in prison anyway. When you get out as a black man who is a father to 2 young boys, my thought is, at this point in time, you need to be setting a good example for them. You know what I'm saying? Hasn't it been long enough that you haven't seen these kids, that you would be doing everything in your power to finally be free and be able to, see your boys and be the man that we all know that you can be, Apollo. Come on now, come on. Let me get off of this because it frustrates me, as you guys can see. I want to talk about Porsha Williams because yesterday I told you guys that Porsha was in Los Angeles filming something special, likely for Bravo, with Carolyn Manzo from Real Housewives of New Jersey. Now, we know Carolyn has been off the show for some seasons now. I think since season 5 was her last season, I believe. I might actually go binge watch that today. Anyway, so then she had to catch a flight because she had to be in Miami for the American Black Film Festival. Now I'm talking about Porsha, okay? So she allegedly, I told you guys this at the end of yesterday's video and I wasn't able to really get into it, but she had an encounter at a restaurant in LAX. I guess that she was on her way to board her flight, and she said the manager called her out for no reason and said that they were going to call the police on her. Now, Porsha says that she was going to give us more information. I'm assuming she was, headed into her flight, but she wanted to get the story out there. So we still have to wait on this to find out exactly what happened to Porsha, but at the end of the day, I want to read you guys the name of it because people also published this. The name of the restaurant that she said is called Sammy's Pizza and Grill, okay? So, you guys, listen, we don't know the full story yet, but if you are in LAX and you are headed to Sammy's Pizza and Grill, just beware if you are a person of color, and I do mean any color, just beware. You just don't know. So until we get this situation certified and we understand it more, I'm siding on the side of Porsha on this one because I feel like if you have ever, comment below, comment in the comment box if you have ever been racially profiled, if you ever had somebody make a racist comment at you, because what I want to say about this is it's subtle sometimes. It's so subtle sometimes that you almost have to say, did that just happen? Did that just really happen to me? And when you realize it, it makes you feel so freaking low. And it's just like, why are we still dealing with this in 2019? Come on now, people, we gotta do better. So enough about that. Until we find out more about that, we'll just keep an eye out for Porsha, and we will continue to wish her Godspeed as she continues her travels and promoting and whatever else she's doing. Let's talk about Gail, shall we? Y'all know I'm talking about Yovanna. But all the outlets are calling her by her first name, which is Gail. And in my mind, it is shady, but funny as. But we're going to call her Gail too, because I just like that. Now, here's the thing. Media Takeout is reporting that Gail had been offered an official friend role on the show, okay? Gail, Yovanna, my pleaser, whatever it is. But according to Media Takeout and Hollywood Life, they are saying that she is aiming for a full-time peach. She want to hold a peach. This is what they're saying. Gail has a big fiery personality, so she absolutely could be given her own peach and will do everything she can to get one. It's just too soon to tell right now as the ladies just began filming and they recently had a little break in production. She will for sure bring the drama and have Nene's back. If she brings the right drama though, it's absolutely possible. She definitely wants a peach. Here's the thing. Anybody who comes on this show likely wants a peach. I feel like, did y'all feel like Peter wanted a peach at one point in time? I kind of felt like he did too. But anyway, Gail wants a peach. I don't know why this is newsworthy because I feel like at the end of the day, like if you're on this show, even as a friend, particularly if you're one of the ladies and if you come on in a walk-on role, if you're in the background, if you're an extra, if you're a cashier, if you the server at the restaurant, you want a peach. I mean, come on now. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Who doesn't? And to be quite frank with you guys, I'm not necessarily minding if she gets one, if she brings the right level of drama, and if she has enough going on in her life. Because let's face it, guys, we want people who are interesting. And for me, I'm looking for people who are interesting, but it can also bring the drama. Now, here is why I'm still team Tanya on this one, because Tanya brought drama and didn't even know she brought it. She didn't even know she did anything. And the girl just stayed in hot water. I loved it. But she's also what seems like a sweetheart. And it was something about her. Whereas we have Gail / Yovanna on the other end of the spectrum, who seems the complete opposite. But she seems like a fun girl. So I'm interested in knowing more about Gail. So Bravo, if y'all are listening, can we have a lot more Gail this season? Because I'm actually here for it. And please provide her with plenty of this is coffee, but please provide her with plenty of, cocktails. Let's move on because we got some exciting stuff to go into, y'all. So I want to talk about Tammy Roman from Basketball Wives real quick because we have to give her a huge congratulations for landing her own spin-off show. I think it's going to be called Tammy Ever After. We're going to get into the article on People Magazine in just a second, but this has been in the works for quite some time, and we're going to get into exactly how it all came to be right now. So it says that Tammy Roman is pulling back the curtain on her life once again. The real world vet and current Basketball Wives star will lead a new solo spin-off special for VH1, Tammy Ever After. An hour-long show premiering this month following Roman, 49, and longtime love Reggie Youngblood as they take the next step in their relationship. I'm truly excited that my fans will finally get an opportunity to see my crazy family dynamic with my children, Lyric, Jazz, and my boyfriend, Reggie, Roman tells People. It feels good that I have the opportunity to do something a little different in the reality TV space. You know, I have grown a lot over the years, and I want my presence on television to be positive and uplifting. I want real women with families who have ups and downs to be able to relate to me and feel inspired and empowered, knowing that they can push through anything. Roman is executive producing the special alongside Love and Hip Hop creator Mona Scott Young of Mona Me Productions, whom Roman thanks along with VH1 for being an awesome support system. Roman and Youngblood reportedly married in secret on August 17, 2018 in Las Vegas. The pair have not yet commented on their union, but Tammy Ever After, per the special's official description, will show their nuptials. The wedding is Roman's second marriage as she was married to NBA player Kenny Anderson before splitting in 2001. Roman and Anderson, 48, share two daughters, Lyric, 24, and Jazz, 22. When Tammy's longtime love, Reggie, imports his loud, crazy Houston family to LA to help him pop the question, it's Downtime Trill meets Beverly Hills in a blended family comedic romp that reveals Tammy's relationship insecurities in an unexpected turn of events. The show's description reads, what will happen when Reggie pulls out all the stops to show Tammy how much she means to him? Can Tammy let go of her past once and for all and chase her own happily ever after? So I'm interested to see this special because it's obviously going to come on right after Basketball Wives. So this is going to be a great night for television come Wednesday night, June 19th, which is next week. We will finally get to see what happens on Basketball Wives after that whole infamous blow up with it being revealed that Jen was the one who started the rumor that Evelyn slept with Shawnee's ex. So we gotta wait to see how that plays out. And I, for one, will also be watching Tammy. I am so excited for her growth in this regard. And I'm so excited for her to get her happily ever after as well. Comment below if you guys are gonna be watching Basketball Wives and if you're gonna be watching Tammy Ever After. Now, we gotta get into some information about Real Housewives of New York, and it's some crazy stuff right now. So apparently, Tinsley Mortimer is indeed safe. Now, you guys know that we reported that there were lots of reports out there that indicated that Tinsley would be let go from the show. Now, with Bravo allegedly attempting to hire younger and younger ladies for the franchises, look at Eva, look at Shamari, you know, it makes sense that they would want to keep her. However, I think that what we've seen over the past season is I want to see less of Tinsley engaged in this back and forth relationship with Scott, and I want to see her more dating and being a socialite. That's what I really want to see. Like, girl, you young and hip. Like, let's act like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But she's gonna need a friend if she actually wants to come back on this show, because honestly, she's almost like a fish out of water with this group of ladies, because I feel like she's not really able to hang with them in the drama department. Now, she did bring it in this past episode, so she did get an MVP this last episode. I will say that. But she's gonna need to do a little bit more if she really wants to, you know, stay ahead of the pack. Meanwhile, Bethenny Frankel, it appears that she has another enemy, and it is not Luann. Let's get into everything that Sunny Hostin was saying on The View about her encounter with Bethenny, and it went down.
If it's, I mean, I don't know Bethenny, but I've seen her behave that way on the beach when she was
beach.
yelling at my
I knew that was coming.
Let's hear about the beach. I don't think you've ever actually
Spill the
exposed.
tea.
Let's hear it.
No, she spilled the tea a couple of times.
Say it again.
I don't know. They're telling me not to talk about it in my ear.
Who said that? Is Bethany in your ear?
I'm just saying I've seen that kind of behavior when Bethenny yelled at my child on the beach.
Yeah. Say they didn't know that part.
Bethenny,
listen,
Bethenny yelled at
she's
my
told this
child
story
on the beach
14
because it was in the middle of the day, and my child was about 7 playing with other children at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and she said that her child was napping inside with the window open, and that our children were being too loud on the beach.
No skinny margaritas for you.
So what did she do? So then she went out there and yelled at the kid?
And yelled at my child, and I went out there and stood in front of my child, and I yelled at her and told her that adults speak to adults.
And this should have been on camera. That's right. Now that's a reality show.
Right.
Yes.
And she knows I'm telling the truth.
Come on, Sunny. And I think at a certain point in time, somebody on the show said that that's what the Real Housewives of New York needs, is a spicy Latina. And honestly, I could not agree more. You know, I think that a lot of the franchises miss the mark because they don't add in women of different ethnicities. It seems like most of the women on some of the franchises are just stark raving white. And that's fine because I feel like it is reflective of some environments. But I think that when you have a big melting pot like New York, you can't, I mean, come on now. You gotta, I mean, if it's an organic relationship, obviously, but I think that something like that needs to be had because I feel like, you know, all the ladies, for the most part, with the exception of Luann, Ramona, and Dorinda, I feel like the rest, I mean, sometimes I feel like a lot of the ladies don't really go against Bethenny, so to speak, because they have some sort of fear of her. But this whole thing with Sunny and Bethenny, whew, I was like, where were the cameras? I would have loved to have seen that because Sunny don't look like she takes any crap. And if she's on The View, you got to think about it. To be able to roll with Whoopi and all the ladies on there, you got to have some type of big, like, backbone and big personality. So I think it would be awesome to see somebody like that. And word on the street is that people have been talking about maybe Jenny McCarthy doing the Real Housewives of New York. Now, I think that that would be amazing as well. But, you know, we here on this channel, we believe in Dina Lohan all the way. And so until that happens, I'm just going to keep sipping my coffee. Let's move on to a discussion about the Real Housewives of Orange County and all of this stuff that's going on with Megan King Edmonds. And you guys may remember her. Her best season was her first season when she went up against Vicki, and she pretty much brought down the whole Brooks cancer scam that was going on that everybody else didn't really know. She literally was the detective behind bringing that whole house of Vicki and Brooks down, okay? So right now, there are allegations. My people at All About the Tea broke this story. They actually sent it to me. Like, I was one of the people that they sent it to, and I'm like, oh, this is juicy. I wonder what's going on. Now, I'm gonna read you guys the story because I want you guys to get the full thing, and then I'm gonna play you a voicemail message that was that Megan King allegedly left the mistress. Let's get into it. So it says, exclusive, Jim Edmond's steamy affair while Megan was pregnant with twins exposed. So it says the Real Housewives of Orange County alum Megan Edmonds' husband, Jim Edmonds, is a cheater, allegedly. And All About the Tea has exclusive details on his tawdry affair with the infamous baseball madam. The mistress is well known in the Major League Baseball community as the baseball madam. She met the married man 9 years ago when Jim Edmonds played professional baseball for the Cincinnati Reds. The two apparently had a whirlwind romance while Edmond was married to his second wife, Allison Jane. Jim and Allison were married from 2008 to 2014 and they shared 2 kids. According to a rock-solid source to the mistress, the reality husband reconnected with Jen, aka Baseball Madam, in March 2018, while his current wife, Megan Edmonds, was pregnant with their twins, Hart and Hayes. Now, in this story, they go on with, there are DMs, there are text messages, there's allegedly videos of Jim Edmonds apparently doing some dirty things to himself while he was and sending them to this lady. Now, apparently, the mistress. Let's get into this. In a shocking twist, All About the Tea has learned that Megan found out about the affair, confronted her husband, and went berserk on the mistress. A rock-solid source tells allaboutthetea.com that the reality starlet called the mistress and left her the following threatening voicemail. Now, it's saying that Jim is denying the extramarital affair and claimed the woman was trying to blackmail him, but went behind Megan's back and hammered out a confidentiality non-disclosure agreement with the mistress, paying the baseball madam a hefty settlement in exchange for her silence. And then All About the Tea also has a copy of the agreement. Now, in other news, Page 6, I think it is reporting that Jim is denying that there were any interactions and said he basically was apologizing for inappropriate communication. Listen, I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on this situation. Megan should have kept her butt in the Orange County, where she could have done very well as a housewife on that franchise if she had kept up with her first season persona. Okay, I don't know what happened to her in the subsequent seasons following that first season, but she kind of became a bore afterwards, and I needed her to maintain that spicy element of like, bam, I'm here, I'm telling you like it is, I'm going against everybody that I want. You know, I felt like she had that in the beginning. But I'm just gonna say it like this. Ever since that man was on that show, I thought that something wasn't right with him. He was always traveling. He didn't ever seem like he wanted to be around her. And I just feel like you could see it on the television screen. And I felt like she always made excuses for him. So in my mind, I'm like, girl, you need to, like, this is not the one. This is not the man for you. And I know you want to hold on to him because he probably gives you the good life, but at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. Now you are embarrassed, humiliated, and your stuff is all out on the streets. Girl, leave this man. That's all I gotta say on that one. Thank you for All About the Tea for providing that exclusive information. I love that. What do you guys think about all these stories? What do you think about Apollo and having to go back to prison? What do you think about Porsha? Do you think that she was, I mean, you know, like, are we supporting her? Are we not supporting her? Are we here for Gail getting a full-time peach? Gail is Yovanna, for those who haven't kept up. What do you guys think about this whole situation with Tammy Roman getting her own spinoff? And are you guys here for Tinsley staying on Real Housewives of New York? And what about the situation with Sunny and Bethenny? I, for one, would like to hear Bethenny's response to that. Also, what do you guys think about this whole situation with Megan and Jim? Like, are you surprised? Because I'm not. I'm a longtime OC fan, and I'm not surprised by this at all. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell button, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at DJ Richie Sky. Follow me for, contact me for brand collaborations at richiesky@gmail.com. And guess what, guys? We'll see you in the next video.